Hello and welcome to the computer class for class 6. This will be our session 6 of the computer classes, and today we are going to be beginning with chapter number 2 of your computer book. So let's begin. Okay, so let us begin with chapter number 2 of our computer book, and this chapter number 2 is on page number 12 if I am not mistaken. I hope everyone is there on to page number 12, and we are today discussing chapter number 2, which is working with Windows. What is Windows by now? I hope all of you know. I'll do a very small recap as we had discussed in class 5. I hope you people remember. Windows is an operating system. Okay, it is an operating system of computers, also on some mobile phones. It is an operating system designed and developed by a company called Microsoft Corporation. There are lots of other operating systems also. Okay, there are Android is an operating system, iOS is an operating system, Mac is an operating system, Linux is also an operating system, Ubuntu is also an operating system. There are lots of other operating systems. So it is not necessary that there is only one operating system called Windows. Why are we studying Windows? We are studying Windows because Windows is the world's most popular operating system, especially with computers. Okay, so there is more chance of you coming across a Windows machine than any other machine. All right. So the operating system is a software. Remember in the previous class we had discussed a hardware and a software in class 5. Hardware can be anything, software is your choice. Okay, so depending upon what kind of software you put in, you can use the machine. All right. Similarly, Windows is an operating system. You can put it on other operating systems also. Most commonly, the Windows operating system is similar to other operating systems. They are almost the same. All right. Now, before we begin, I would like to say two things. First, we did not have a class last week. That was because I was not well last week, and I was in fact at a hospital, so I could not take my class from the hospital. Even though I was okay by the time I got to the hospital, I was okay. I could not take the class because of that. And another question, most of you have asked me this question, sir, why are we not having an interactive class? So to most people I have asked this question, why do we need an interactive class? And most of you have not been able to reply. Look, what is an interactive class? An interactive class in which a teacher comes to you through video call, live video call, through either Zoom or Google Meet, or depending upon what the teacher is using. The teacher will teach you. You will ask questions to the teacher, just like in a classroom. The teacher teaches you. You have a question. You ask. You raise your hand, and the teacher asks. You ask the question to the teacher, and the teacher replies. All right. But there is some problem. I am pretty much sure most of you would know there is a lot of connectivity issues. Sometimes you can't hear the teacher can't hear you, your video keeps coming and going, etc., etc., etc. That is why I am sticking to this format. I create a video, I try to teach you. Any questions you have, you can write me in a comment of the video, and I shall reply you there. Okay, it is a more steady form of teaching. Okay, we do not need to have an interactive class. I hope I have answered that question for you people. Okay, so let us begin with our chapter number 2, that is working with Windows. Okay, let us go in to our chapter. Okay, You were already familiar to a certain extent with Windows and know the basics of its operation. Most of you have used computers in your computer lab, and you may have computers at your home, and in most certainty most of you are using a Windows machine, so you know how it generally works. Okay, this chapter is one step further into the world of Windows. It deals with the utility software built inside the Windows operating system called control panel. There is a particular section in your Windows which allows you to control the computer. Okay, how will you hear the sound, where will you hear the sound, what will be the wallpaper, what kind of screensaver, how much power is required, when is required, how to use the mouse, everything. These are certain things that can be controlled. You can decide what kind of work will your computer do. All right, just like you have the settings tab on your mobile phone, you can change the ringtone, the wallpaper, install apps. Okay, there you can do a lot of things through the settings tab on your mobile phone. Okay, similarly the computer settings comes in the control panel. So this particular chapter is more about control panel. Okay, so let us begin. Control panel is used to change the settings of the computers, as I said, according to the requirements of the user. For example, you can change the desktop color, change the theme, change the system date, time, install a software, uninstall a software, and devices. Suppose you want to connect a webcam, you want to connect a speaker, everything, whether you want to connect or disconnect, you can do it with the help of the control panel. So let us get to the control panel. Okay, just a second. Yes. Okay. To start with the control panel, how do you get to control panel? Very simple. Just follow my screen here, and if you pay attention, okay, just hold on. Okay, very simple. This is the start button on the left hand side corner. This is the start button, and the moment you click the start button, there is the control panel on the right side pane of your control panel. You see it says control panel here, and you click the control panel, and this is how the control panel looks like. I have a different view. It can be changed from here. Okay, it may look like this also, or it may look like this also, or it may look like this also. All right, now I generally have it this way. You can change it the way you want. Now if you pay attention, in this particular view there are different sections. The first section is system security, next one is internet network. Okay, after that is hardware and sound, then there is program. These are the various sections. Now we'll read how it goes by in the book. Now if you look at it, here, the image that is given here, figure number 2.1 in your book, shows the control panel should look like this. Now if I were to change my control panel look, I can change it to look like that. Just a second. This, see, it is exactly like it is given in your book. If you look at the image here, it looks like the one it is in your book. Okay, action center, administrative tool, autoplay, everything is on my computer also. You see, action center, administrative tool, autoplay, blah 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 blah. All right, so let's come back to the book. Use of the control panel. Okay, now how to use a control panel? Now as you can see, the control panel shows a lot of icons or options that you can use to change the settings of the computers. Let us see some of the basic ones. Okay, there are lots of icons, there are lots of settings that you can find out yourself. You can always do it yourself. As I had said you in the previous class also, when you were in class 5, try to use the computer. The more you use it, the more you understand it. Okay, whatever you do not understand, Google, YouTube. If you don't understand, come back to me. I'll try and solve your problems. Okay, I told some of you to get back to me on a Google app called Hangout. So if you want, you can get back to me. Okay, so let us use the basic function. The first one that we're talking about is personalize the mouse setting. Now you have used the mouse on the computer. You can change how the mouse works. Okay, you can change how the mouse works. And how do you do that? Well, we will go through the page ourselves. The Windows provides a number of configurations that you can carry out with the mouse. To change the settings of the mouse, follow these steps. First, open control panel. You have seen how to open the control panel. Scroll through it and click on the mouse icon. Now if I just want to go to the control panel, and you see in this icon I'll find the mouse option. Where is mouse? Mouse. Here it is. This is the mouse option. Alright, if you just see, I just open the mouse option in front of me, and this is what the mouse option looks like. Okay, if you see the screen here, this is what the mouse option looks like. And let us go back to our book and read. Okay, now you see this small window here given here, figure number 2.2, figure number 2.3, mouse properties dialog box. It exactly looks like the mouse icon. So we'll read here first, and then we'll go and check it out. Now this option makes the mouse properties dialog box appear. Figure number 2.3, the mouse properties dialog box shows the number of tabs, buttons, pointers, pointer options, wheel, and hardware. Okay, these are the different options. You see on the top of the screen here, mouse properties, button properties, pointer options, wheel, and hardware. Okay, there are different. If you people can see my cursor. Also, if I take you to back to my window here, you see my window, button, properties, pointers, wheel, hardware. I have an extra option here known as device settings. Why? Because I have installed a new software here with which I can do extra settings with my mouse. Okay, so that is why I have device settings. You may not have it on your computer. Alright, now, sorry, this is turning the page. We do not need to turn the page. Thank you very much. This is a very classic looking book, huh? It makes it noise also and changes slowly. Chikache. Now we will learn what do all the small options in the mouse properties by dialog box does for us. First, buttons. This is used to configure the buttons. Click on the switch primary and secondary button checkbox. Will reverse the right and left mouse buttons. Okay. Instead of click use the left mouse button. You need to do it using the right mouse button. This is particularly beneficial for the left-handed people. Okay. Similarly, you may use the slow fast slider to increase or decrease the interval within double click. Turn on the click lock on allows you to drag or highlight without holding the mouse button. Alright. Now, there are the various options here if you look at this small image. Okay. Now, right now, generally when we use the mouse, the left click is the click. It is the by default click. And the right click is for settings and properties. You can change the properties. You can exchange. You can make the right click as the default click and the left click as the properties click. This is especially good for the people who are left-handers, who use the mouse with the left hand. Because if you are left-hander, using the mouse with the right hand is a little bit uncomfortable. Just like for a right-handed person, it's difficult for them to use the left hand. So you can switch. Okay, the computer allows you to switch. The next option is double click speed. Now, when we start using the mouse, initially when you start using the mouse, most people are not very comfortable with the double click. They can't do double click. Okay, so here you can decide the speed of double click. If you slow it down, what happens is those people who are using it for the first time, it is comfortable for them. They can do tuck tuck. Okay, rather than tuck tuck. Okay, so you see double click speed can be adjusted for people of different abilities. Okay, the third one is the click lock. Okay, the click lock is basically when you have sometimes you have to select something, you have to click and drag. But if you do click lock, you don't have to click and drag. What it does is basically you just take your mouse and just scroll it over it and everything gets selected. You see, everything has been explained in the properties box also. If you look at the properties box, even in the book, figure number 2.3, please pay attention. Everything is explained to you. Okay, you can read everything and try to use these options. Okay, so computers, Windows also explains you how to go about something. Next thing that we are going to be learning, reading about today is pointers. Now let's come down to the pointers section. Now if you look at figure number 2.4 dialog box, it is pointers. Pointers, it allows you to change the shape of the mouse icon. You can change, okay, there are different shapes and sizes you can choose. Very interesting ones, sometimes very interesting ones. Let me try and change the pointer of my mouse. Let's see. Let me go to my control panel and I will go to the pointer section, and let me see, I will do this. See, now my pointer, now after clicking that, I'll do apply and I will do okay. Now see, my mouse pointer has become big. I can use this. Yes, good. And not only can I use it, see, it has become big in shape. Now this is how you can use. There are countless number of shapes that you can choose from. Alright, you can choose. There are lots and lots of types of shapes. If you go to pointer section, you see there are so many of them. See, and if the moment you are taking your cursor over it, it will show you how they work. Okay, so I am currently using this one only, so I like this. So yeah, coming back, so I can change the style of pointers. Click on the scheme drop down list and blah 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 blah. So number 2, you can select it. You can customize. You can change the shape of the individual pointer by clicking on the pointer according to the choice. Okay. Now also you can here not only one pointer, you can choose different pointers also. Like for example, if I go to pointer section, now you see first normal select is brown in color. If I do help select, I can change it. Okay, I can change this one to this one. Oh no, I cannot do that. Oh, I can. Yeah. What happens is you can change from the browse section. Okay, and select what kind of pointers do you want. All right. There are lots of options available here. Under the customize, you can change the shape of an individual pointer also. Okay, by clicking on the pointer according to your choice. Now click on the OK button, and when done, once you have selected, you remember you have to click the OK button at the box. You see at the bottom of the box there is an OK button. In figure number 2.4 also you see right at the bottom there are 3 buttons: OK, cancel and apply. First you have to click the apply button, then you have to click the OK button. Apply means you are telling the computer to apply the change. Okay, use this change. Right. Next one is the pointer options. This tab allows you to control the speed of the mouse pointer and its visibility in the windows. Okay, now suppose I go back to the mouse wala section and if I do pointer options here, now see this is showing you different options here. Alright, the motion, the speed of the pointer, the snap to, the display trails. Okay, now if I do display trails and I make it long here, see when I move the mouse is coming like this. Alright, there's a trail here. Okay, I can do this apply button here so that people can see it on your screen. Alright, now show location of the pointer when I press control. Okay, and you can decrease the speed of the mouse. Okay, if I do this and I do apply, now see if I have to do a lot of hard work, the mouse is going very slow. Okay, I have to do it a lot of times. Or you can make it very fast also. I will not make it very fast. I will just make it right about normal speed. Okay, and I will do apply and I will click OK. Alright, now this way you can change the speed in which you can move the mouse. Okay, if you are very good at computers, you can use it very fast. Those people who are slow, they can keep it very slow. Okay, those people who have a difficulty keeping track of the mouse is going where okay, so you can keep it. Those people who are doing it, using it for the new. The next one is wheels. If you see here, wheels right at the bottom of page number 13. This tab allows you to configure the wheel of the mouse with Windows. That is the number of lines it reads to scroll during each rotational notches of the wheel. Now if you're using a mouse, just give me. Okay, now if you look at the mouse here, the mouse has got this wheel in between. You see this small round shaped thing? It is a wheel. Now with the wheel option on the mouse, what you can do is you can decide, if I may roll the wheel once, how many lines will the screen go down. Okay, you can decide, you want to go one line, you want to go two lines. With one roll, how many lines? Okay, that choice can be adjusted with the wheel option on your control panel of wheels. Now let us go to page number 14, everyone. Yes, desktop themes, something that most of you keep fidgeting every time you're given a computer. Most people have the first habit of changing the wallpaper, etc., etc., etc. Okay, so desktop themes, what kind of color, what kind of complexion, what kind of pattern of the shape of the icons, how will you want your desktop? That is called desktop themes. A desktop theme is a combination of images, colors, screensavers, sounds, etc. in your computer to make your computer look attractive, okay, and lively. To change the desktop theme, follow these steps. How do you change the desktop themes? Well, this I think so most of you already know. We'll read through the book very fast without asking too much. Now, desktop theme, number one, open control panel and scroll through and solve the list and click the personalization option. You have to select the personalization option. If you go back to my control panel and you see alphabetically PLMNOPER program personalization. Okay, here you see there is personalization and you click personalization and there will be a new dialog box opening up. Okay, and yeah, there is a lot of talking going on in my house. Neha ma'am is talking very loudly. So yes, if you see, there are lots of options here. These are different color options, and this is an unsaved theme. I will click unsaved theme. Actually it needs to be changed also. You just see there are, at the bottom there are these four icons. First one is a desktop background, next one is a Windows color, next one is a sound, and third is one is screensaver. Right now I do not have any screensavers for, so I will choose my background color. What I do is I generally keep my own photographs, and this is a particular folder that I have in which I have my own photographs. Just hold on, I just select everything and I will save. Alright, now I have saved everything. Just give me a moment. Okay, so that was how to set up the wallpapers, the background picture of your desktop screen. What will the desktop screen look like? If you just give me a moment, I will show you what is my desktop screen looking like. See, these are my personal photographs. You can put your photographs, you can put pictures, sceneries, etc., etc., etc. You can decide what will appear. Just like your mobile phone screen, you have your own photographs on your mobile phone screen. Similarly, even on the computer, you can have your pictures put up. Okay. Now, with that, after that, we come to the. Just give me a moment. Okay, after that we come to the wallpaper part. Wallpaper is basically the same picture, and of course, basically in the personalized section, first one is the wallpaper. Then after wallpaper, let's just go down to the wallpaper section. Wallpaper is basically the background of your computer screen, and I've just shown you through control panel how can you change the background of your computer screen. Shown you how okay, I've shown you how the wallpaper can be changed. The steps are also given in your book. Control panels called to personalization. This in personalization, right at the bottom you'll find the desktop background. If you see, there is figure number 2.7. See, the image is very clearly given. Desktop background. Okay, desktop background is the wallpaper. You click there and you can select the picture that you want in your desktop background. Okay. Right, now we will come to page number 15, and step number 4 is given here, how to change your desktop background. You can also change the picture location drop down list to see. Now there are lots of options available for you. On the picture position, click. Now I'll once again go to the control panel to just check out how things will work. Just give me a moment. I will go to control panel, and in the control panel I will go to the personalization section. Yes, there is personalization. In the personalization section, you see there is a desktop background here. Now in the desktop background, if you see on the top here, right now, picture location, in the picture location I have created a folder called pics that is in my computer already. There's a folder that I have created in my computer in which I have put all these photographs. All the photographs that you see here, these are already there inside my computer folder. Okay, and I can select the, I can browse and select the picture. Right now, if I tell you, is the folder that I have the photographs of in are in my computer, in my D drive, and inside the D drive there is a folder called pics, P-I-C-S, pics. I just go down, this is the folder that I'm talking about, and I have selected it and I pressed OK. All the photographs are here. Okay, now the next option that you see right at the bottom, if you see, there are different ways in which you can position the picture. You can stretch the picture, you can keep it in the center. Okay, you can shrink the picture depending upon what you want. If I see, you see here as by the bottom, it says picture position. Okay, you click picture position and these are the options that are coming. Okay, one is fill, the photograph will be stretched so that it covers the entire screen. The next one is fit, the picture will be made in such a way that it will fit into your screen. Okay, it will be smaller in shape or size. Okay, stretch, in which the picture will be stretched even more. Tile is an option in which the picture will be put one below the other, small in small shapes. Okay, center is basically, as you can see, it's already given here. So I generally keep it at fit. And then the next option is change the picture every. Now every because I've got so many pictures, so what I've done is I've changed them for 30 seconds. You can have them on 10 seconds also, 1 minute, and depending upon how many do you want. All right, and there are others also, shuffling, play, etc, etc, etc. Now suppose if I may keep it 10 seconds and I do save changes here. Now if I go to my desktop background, you see this is my motorcycle, and this is the current image. After 10 seconds, this image, now see, this is the image has changed, and this is the image of my daughter that has come on the screen. Okay, after 10 seconds, even this image will change as we are talking. The 10 seconds, and see again the image is changed. This is a different photograph of my bike. So you can decide how frequently will the image change. Okay, so this is another photograph that there is. So and so they are the different options, and after that you can save changes. Okay, the steps are also given in your book, so if you have any questions you can try from your book. Screensaver. A screensaver is an animated image or a text which gets activated whenever the user has user activity has been sensed after a certain period of time. Now if suppose if I'm working on a computer and I leave the computer and go somewhere to work, the computer is basically not doing anything. The screen is using power, but it's of no use. Okay, so what the computer gives you the opportunity to put up a system in which the screen does not use too much power. Okay, the power consumption, the electricity consumption of your computer becomes less, and gives you the option. It's called a screensaver. All right, now how to go about the screensaver? The first few steps are the same. You go to control panel, then you go to personalization. Now again, once again, we go to control panel, and here we will go to the personalization section. Okay, now at the bottom if you see, there is a screensaver option. I click the screensaver option, and this dialog box will appear, and right now it says none. I do not have a screensaver running on my computer, but if I want, I can have it. And these are the options. You can have a 3D text. If I do a 3D text and I go to settings, I can write what text do I want. Customize text, I will write here Alok's font. Alright, and I can decide what font style do I want. These are the various options that are there. You can try, suppose I do this Tilana bold. Okay, I just do this, and resolution, size, rotation speed, rotation type. Okay, and all this. And if I do this okay, if I okay here, and right now if you see here, wait for 1 minute. Okay, if I want to do 0.5, no, I just do 1 minute, and I shall apply it here. Okay, and if I do OK here, if you see at the end of 1 minute, oh, just give me a moment. Instead of waiting for 1 minute, sorry. Instead of waiting for 1 minute, let us see what the preview will look like. If I do the preview, see, this is what it's going to look like. If I'm not working on my computer, the computer will show just this screen, Alok stop. You can write anything. You can write Baba black shape, you can write twinkle twinkle little star, you can say don't touch my computer, any kind of thing you want to write, and this is what it's going to look like. Okay, and it's going to go round and round. There are other options also. You can decide on the spin here. It is spin. I will say wobble. If I do wobble and I do OK here and I do preview, now see what it is doing. It is wobbling all across the screen. Okay, so this is just one of the options. This is just one of the options. You can decide from 3D text, bubbles, mystify. If I do bubbles, you see what happens. If I'm not doing anything, you see these bubbles will keep coming on my screen. Can you see the bubbles are coming on my screen? Okay, so what will happen is while I'm not doing anything, so you can also do something here. You can also add photographs. Okay, if I do ribbons, just give me a moment. I just do ribbons here. Okay, I just do this and see this is what will happen. Alright, so these are various options available for you, and there's also an option of photos. If I do photos, I'll go to settings and I can choose which the folder that I want. Again, pics. I've selected pics, and here slideshow speed is medium. I'll make it fast. Instead of making I'll do fast. I'll do the save changes and I do preview. This is one of my personal photographs, and see, this is my daughter and I, and see, this is what will happen. See, it will automatically keep changing, and you see on the left hand side there are no icons. There is no window buttons, no buttons here, because right now the computer is basically showing me a preview. Okay, so that is screensaver for you. I just do the settings and medium, save, okay, apply. Okay, so this is how you do the screensaver on your computer, and let us come back to the book. You can read the details in your book. Okay, now with that we come to the end of this particular class, and the activity for the class will follow very soon. Okay, read the book, read the chapter very carefully. Yes, before I finish, another thing, I see that there are many of you who are not doing the activity. In fact, the last class's activity, only 37 people have finished the activity. Now that is very sad. Okay, it takes a lot of time for us to prepare this classroom, and if you people do not do the activity, then well, it will not make too much of a difference. You will have a computer test, you will fail, you will not know how to go about it. Okay, so it is your responsibility. It is our responsibility to come and teach you. It is your responsibility to go about and do it. We are giving you the liberty to do the activity till 8 p.m. at night. Sometimes I leave it open till 10 o'clock at night. But still I see a lot of people who are not doing the activity, which is very sad. Okay, so I would request everybody to complete today's activity. Also, the previous activities are there in the GCR. Please go back, look at them, and try and do them. If you cannot access the file, let me know. I'll open the file for you, and then you can use it. Okay, so please complete the activity. With that, we come to the end of this class, and we shall continue with this chapter in the next class. Okay, so until the next class, Alok sir saying bye-bye.
You're welcome.